Top of the second inning, runners on first and third, one out. Diaz is up, and he just can't hit the ball this season. Now, first of all, the over-under on total runs this game is 8, and this is important. So Godley throws this beautiful pitch, and Diaz hits this little dribbler, and he's out at first. Wait, that's not an out sign. What the heck is this umpire pointing at? Well, apparently this is obstruction, which is just a fancy word to say that Godley got in the way of the runner. But did he actually get in the way of the runner? Let's look at the definition of obstruction real quick. In order for obstruction to be called, a player without possession of the ball has to impede the runner's progress. So first of all, if you're making the point that the ball was going to beat the runner there anyways, so it's not obstruction, that doesn't matter. All that matters is whether or not the pitcher without the ball was blocking the runner from getting to first base. Now, if we watch this angle, then Godley is definitely blocking the way of the runner, and he definitely doesn't have the ball at this point. But there's a second point that has to be addressed here. The runner is not in the baseline, and obstruction cannot occur when a runner is not in the baseline. Because think about it. If that wasn't the case, then why don't runners just all the time run to random players, like run into the center fielder and say, oh, I was going home. So with that in mind, if we rewatch this play, the runner is clearly not in the baseline. You see the foul line and the line to the right of the foul line? That is technically the runner's lane. That's where the runner is supposed to be on his way to first. Now, there's clearly a little leeway, and umpires allow this, but in this situation, the runner's not even close to that box. He isn't just on the dirt on the left side of the foul line. He's on the grass, and he's like a foot into the grass. Godley is in the way, but the runner is not in the baseline. This is not obstruction. And this matters because the next batter strikes out, which would have ended the inning, but because the inning doesn't end here, the Marlins get to score on this wild pitch. Now, even here, there's something fishy going on. When the catcher misses the ball, the home plate umpire is kind of in the way between the catcher and the ball, but this might be just because he's not paying attention. But after the catcher receives the ball, the umpire then becomes in the way of the throw between the catcher and pitcher. Maybe he's lost, but maybe something fishy is going on here. Now we're gonna skip forward to the end, but first let's listen to what the announcers had to say about the obstruction play.
You think about that stuff and how it may come back at the end.
They were right, because the game ends with a final score of 6-2, and that matters because that means no one wins the over-under bet. That is, except for Vegas. Something fishy is going on here, and it's not just because the Brewers are playing the Marlins.